When I listen to people talk about global warming, that the ocean will rise in the next 300 years by 1/8 of an inch, and they talk about this is our problem. Our big problem is nuclear warming, when nobody even talks about it. The environmentalists talk about all this nonsense in many cases. Look, I'm an environmentalist also, I guess, in my own way, because I've done a good job with the environment, but nobody talks about nuclear.
By the way, he's not even talking, like you might think, oh, he means that if we're going to engage in a national debate about how to deal with climate change and energy production, then we should also consider nuclear energy or something. That's not what he's talking about. He's saying, screw all that environmental stuff, let's talk about nuclear weapons. That is literally what he's talking about, and he'll continue talking about it. Little bit of a fact check, him doing well when it comes to the environment. What effect did he have on the environment other than nullifying a ton of the president, like Obama era environmental executive orders? Like, what are you talking about? What effect he's had on the discourse around climate change? I'll remind you, he claimed in that video that you just saw that in 300 years, the oceans are gonna go up 1/8 of an inch. He nailed us. That is an honest assessment of the climate science. No, but look, how are we supposed to have a civilization? How are we supposed to have a society when he'll make that claim? And some of you might think, oh, now I'm gonna have to like correct people when they, no, it's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter when you correct these people for the obvious flaws in their argument. I tweeted out really fast as an aside, I tweeted out an argument about the don't say period bill. So they want to end conversations up to grade 6 having to do with menstruation in school. It's not the only thing the bill does, but it's one of the things the bill does. So I tweeted that out, and a ton of right wingers are like, you're lying. That's not in there, it wouldn't do that. Why are you lying, you fake news media? And so I replied with a screen cap of the Republican who proposed the bill saying that yes, it would stop that. And immediately one of the guys who had before been like, why won't you address this? You lied. Immediately turned to, well, yeah, but that's not a lot of girls. And do you really want them talking about it anyway? So immediately went from you're lying to, okay, so it's true, but I don't care. So what's the point of any of this? What is the point of political debate? What is the point of having a discourse when nobody seems to give a damn about what is true? Climate scientists are not claiming that the oceans are gonna go up 1/8 of an inch in 300 years. That is so buffoonish that we shouldn't even have to stop to correct it. Sorry, JR.
We shouldn't. No, you're right. And it's the only thought I have is, listen, and you hit the point as far as the political debate in the country. Why have it? If somebody's like, oh, you guys should debate, what? Really close, John. What the hell for? Why would I debate someone?
Careful.
Am I gonna debate Wile E. Coyote on whether or not if he runs off the cliff, if he can fall, or if he keeps picking up the anvil, the Acme anvil, and uses that company, whether or not it's gonna blow up in his face? Yo, this is cartoonish stuff. And a significant portion of our country believes you can run off the cliff chasing the Roadrunner and you might be able to keep running because the Roadrunner was able to. Yes, no, it's that cartoonish because he just makes things up. It doesn't matter, and they continue to. So they have this coalition of people who make up enough things that they go, well, there's 7 people over there that said. Matter of fact, there's a whole damn network called Fox News that makes all this stuff up all the time. And then when they do, we can just say that's the fact because enough people that are looking to profit off of these blatant, obvious lies just make it up. And then once it's disproven, you go, well, it's not really that bad though, is it? I mean, the coyote did kind of deserve it. Yo, it's a cartoon. It's fake.
We are going to, I love the reference. Younger viewers are like, what are you talking about? Anyway, we're someday going to do a story on this show, if the Pop-Tarts don't get me first, of Mar-a-Lago being utterly destroyed by a hurricane. That's what we're gonna get to. Well, I'm not gonna live long enough for it to be literally underwater constantly, but it will be utterly destroyed by a hurricane. I don't know, maybe at that point Republicans won't care anymore. Maybe they'll have finally had to admit that which should be obvious even today. But just the lies. And he repeatedly referred to Tucker Carlson there as a journalist. I wish that I could go to him pushing back and saying, well, look, I don't personally think that we should upend our economy or radically remake everything to deal with climate change, but we also do have to be real that that's not the claim that climate scientists are making. No, of course he did not. He did not say that. There was no pushback. There was no nothing.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.